Hello guys! For this video, sasagutan naman natin itong problem na to, but this time using the Gauss-Jordan method, no? So let's now try to read the problem, no? By the way, as a review, I already solved this exact same problem using the Gauss elimination, so I will just present as an alternative method, no? So basahin ko lang siya. A civil engineer is analyzing the statically determinate structural frame supporting combined dead and live loads. No? So for unknown forces act on the system. So W is the vertical reaction at support A in kilonewton. Yung X, the horizontal reaction at support B in kilonewton. Yung Y, that's the internal shear correction due to the secondary effect in kilonewton. And yung Z is the applied external load adjustment in kilonewton. The structure is in static equilibrium and from force balance and compatibility equation. So the following equations are obtained. So here, the sum of vertical force acting on the structure, 5W minus 2x plus y plus 3z equals 31. The horizontal equilibrium about support B. So the horizontal reaction at B does not contribute to this moment equation. So 3W plus 4y plus z is equal to -1. For the first equilibrium from the second load combination, that's 2W plus 7x minus y plus 2z equals -7. And for serviceability limit state condition, relating reaction and load redistribution, so that's Wx for W minus x plus 5y minus z equals 6, no? So solve for the values of W, x, y, and z. So for the solution, again, no, the problem looks very long and looks very intimidating. Pero when you try to understand, ang tinatanong lang naman dyan is the values of W, X, Y, and Z. And given naman yung ating apat na equation. So kompleto naman class yung ating linear system. So in fact, sinulat ko na siya. So ito na po siya, no. So now, ang unang step natin dito, no, is kailangan masulat muna natin yung augmented matrix, no? And di ba nga, ang itsura ng augmented matrix is 5, -2, 1, 3. That's for the first equation. Then dito naman, magiging 31. Then I will just follow, copying the rest. -3, 0, 4, 1, -1. So that's 2, 7, -1, 2, and -7 and 4, -1, 5, -1, and 6, no? Pero, di ba nga, katulad nung nasabi ko, hindi po pwede na kapag may kinonsider kang mean diagonal, meron tayong zero na part of that, no? So again, no, same with Gauss elimination, hindi po pwede na may zero tayo sa main diagonal. So ang gagawin mo, it's up to you if you want to shift these two rows or ito naman ang pagbaliktarin mo or ito no, yung row 2 and row 4. Bahala ka no. Mas ang importante, matanggal mo yung mga zero sa main diagonal ng ating matrix no. So say for example na lang, isi-shift ko na lang itong dalawang to. Kaya ang magiging sagot natin when I copy that is, sige, erase ko lang to, tanggalin ko lang to. Ayan, no. Tapos, yun na nga, yung second row, that will become our first row, no. Tapos, yung first row kanina, that will become our second row, no. So, ayun po, no. Then, syempre, isulat ko na lang to, no, as 31. So, this is now our matrix, no, or our augmented matrix because pag in-inspect mo naman siya, wala nang zero sa main diagonal. Again, no, you need to make sure that the main diagonal has no zero element in the values, no. So, okay na to, no. So as I said a while ago, yung magiging step ng Gauss elimination is magiging part pa rin siya nung step nung Gauss-Jordan. Kasi nga 'di ba, ang goal kasi ng Gauss-Jordan class is dapat ito mapa zero. Sa Gauss elimination, ito rin 'no, dapat mapa-zero din 'yan. Pero yun na nga, as an additional requirement sa Gauss-Jordan, kasama rin 'yan sa mapapa-zero, this portion 'no. So kumbaga, parehas natin 'yan tatrabahuhin 'no, na mapa-zero silang lahat 'no. Okay po 'no? Kasi nga dapat yung main diagonal. Pero yun na nga, sa Gauss elimination na-discuss na natin kung paano napa-zero itong lower left natin 'no. So all I need to do is to copy the discussion, there kasi nga, magsasayang pa tayo niyan ng oras 'no kapag, um, magsasayang pa ako ng oras kapag inano ko pa 'to 'no, in-over detail 'no. So I will just copy this one. Then I will just paste that here, no? Ayan. Okay? Pero yun na nga, i-continue lang natin class yung discussion natin, no? Kasi nga, again, yung naging result lang naman ng Gauss elimination, itong portion lang yung napa-zero. Pero sa Gauss-Jordan, ang gustong mangyari, kasama rin ito class sa mapapa-zero. So in this case, magfo-focus na tayo doon sa upper right triangle. So allow me to give emphasis on that, no? So ito naman na yung gusto natin na mapa-zero. Okay po, no? So now, paano natin yun gagawin? So syempre, katulad sa Gauss elimination, hindi natin yan magagawa ng ura-urada. So for example, dito, mag-focus muna tayo sa part na yan, no? Kasi nga, again, no, yung goal natin, mapa-zero yung box na yan, no? So this time, ang reference naman natin ngayon ay yung row sub 4, no? So here, kaya hindi mo gagalawin yung 4. Pero dito, bottom to top approach na tayo. Kaya here, r sub 3 minus r sub 4. And ito naman, r sub 2 minus r sub 4. Sorry, itaas ko lang dito. Then, syempre, r sub 1 minus r sub 4. Kasi nga, ito namang portion na yung gagalawin natin, no? So, dito naman, ang mangyayari class is, yung divisor natin is negative 19 over 3. Kaya ang gagawin mo dyan, itong una, since yung 19, yung gusto mong ma-zero, kaya dapat 19 over negative 19 over 3. Ito naman, yung 14 over 3 ang gusto mong mag-zero, kaya dapat 14 over 3 over negative 19 over 3. And finally, ito naman, pag sinimplify mo yan, that's 1 over 19 over 3. Kaya lang class, kung gagamitin kasi natin to as is, baka maging mas complicated pa yung pag-compute natin. So, ang suggestion ko, i-simplify natin to one by one. Halimbawa, itong portion na to, no? Pag sinimplify natin yan, 1 over 19 over 3, ang lalabas dyan, parang reciprocal ko lang siya, no? So, dapat ang sagot na lang dito ay 3 over 19. I mean, mas maganda siyang tingnan compared kanina. Katulad din dito, no? Yung 14 over 3, i-divide mo siya ng negative. Sorry, mali pala ako kanina, no? Dapat kasi pala kanina 1 over negative 19 over 3. So, pag sinimplify mo to, dapat ang sagot dyan, negative 3 over 19. Ayan, no? Dito naman sa kabila, balik na ako, no? Negative 14 over 3. 14 over 3 divided by negative 19 over 3. So, here, pag sinimplify natin yan, that's negative 14 over 19, no? Ayan, no? Pag clinic mo kasi yan, magiging fraction ang sagot doon. Again, ay decimal sa calculator because I'm holding my calculator right now. Pero kung decimal siya, again, yung key dito, no, is i-click mo yung shift, tapos itong ABC na key. Ayan siya, no. Then after nun, magiging fraction siya. Kaya ito magiging negative 14 over 19. And finally, ito namang last, para mas maganda lang siyang tingnan, kaya 19 divided by negative 19 over 3. So, ang sagot dito, class, is negative 3. O, di ba, no? Pwedeng i-simplify mo muna yun para at least mas maganda silang tingnan. Since wala na akong space, i-ano ko lang to, i-copy ko lang to, no? para maging basis lang natin, para hindi masyadong magulo, 'no? Ayan, 'no, ano lang, pang-reference lang. Tapos tandaan niyo, 'no, tatanggalin natin lahat dito, except for the row 4. So, susundin lang natin yung formula, 'no? So, halimbawa ito, R1 minus R4 tapos -3/19. So, yun na nga, ilagay mo siya, -3 minus 0 tapos -3/19. Ito naman, yung R1, no, 0 siya. So, here, ilagay natin yon, 0 minus 0, -3/19. Tapos, ito naman yung sunod, 4 minus 0, tapos -3/19. Again, no? Tapos ito naman 1. So, of course, that's 1 minus 19/3. So, 1 minus -19/3, then 3/19. So, ayun siya, no? Sinisimplify ko lang. Then, ito naman, yun na nga, R1 minus R4. Kaya dapat -1 minus um, -1 minus -95/3, then 3/19. So, yun, no? Sinusundan ko lang yun, no? Dito naman sa sumunod for R2 and R4, so syempre ang gagawin mo lang dyan, 0 minus 0, -14/19. Yun naman, -2. So, -2 minus 0, -14/19. Then, ito naman, 23/3 minus 0. Then, syempre, -14/19. Then, finally, 14/3 minus -19/3. Then, -14/19. Ayan po siya, no? So, I do hope it's readable pa. So, dito naman for the last, that's 88/3. Tama ba? Minsan nakalimutan. Yeah. 88/3 minus -95/3, -14/19, no? So, I'm just copying it. And for the third row naman, yun nga yung basis natin, 0 minus 0 times -3. Ito rin, syempre, that's 0 minus 0 times -3. Ito naman, 28.5 minus 0 times -3. And ito naman, finally, 19 minus -19/3 times -3. And finally, dito naman, 95 minus -95/3 times -3. So, ayun po, no, yung magiging values dyan, no. Tanggalin ko lang to, no, kasi basis lang naman to nung formula natin kanina, no. So now, isi-simplify na natin each matrix, no. So, for example, ito naman, 3 minus 0. -3 minus 0. So, obviously, that is still -3. Ito naman, 0 minus 0. So, obviously, that is still 0. Ito naman, 4 minus 0. So, that is still 4. So, ang mababago lang naman dyan ito, 1 minus -19/3, tapos 3/19. So, may mali lang ako, no? Dapat ang ilagay ko doon, -3/19. Sorry. Okay po, no? Pero yun mga una, wala yun magbabago. So, here, dapat -3/19 siya. So, ayun siya, no? So, here, ang ilagay mo dyan, -3/19. So, here, ang sagot dapat natin dito ay 0. Again, no, dapat 1 minus -19/ano, 3. Wait lang. Ayan, no? So, ulitin natin, 1 minus -19/3. Tapos, ito naman, dapat -3/19. So, dapat lahat yun -3/19. But still, na-correction ko na siya. So, yun, magiging 0 to. Kasi nga yun yung ine-expect natin na mag-zero. Ito naman, -1 minus -95/3 tapos -3 over 19. So, ang magiging sagot natin ay -6, no? So, ayan siya, no? So, this is now -6. Okay po, no? Tama ba? -6. So, sige, no? For the next naman dito, obviously, this is still zero. Tapos ito naman, pag kinompute natin to, that's -2. And ito rin, that's 23/3. Ayan siya, no? 23/3. And ito naman, 14/3 minus -19/3. Tapos -14/19. So, of course, I expect this to become 0 as well, no? So, ito naman, 88/3 minus -95/3, -14/19. So, ang nahanap ko dito ay 6. Ayun siya, no? So, 6 na to. So, dito naman, sa part na to, 0 - 0 pa rin naman siya. That is still 0. Ito rin, 0 - 0, 0. 28.5 minus 0 is still 28.5. And ito naman, 19 minus -19/3 times -3. So, obviously, this will become 0, no? Tapos, syempre, 95 minus -95/3 times -3. So, ang sagot naman natin dito ay 0. Ayun siya, no? So, this is 0. So, yung next, okay na tayo dito kasi nga napa-zero na natin yan. So, ito naman, no, yung goal natin, no? Kasi nga, again, ang kailangan nga natin ditong ma-create, kung babalikan natin yung introduction, is an identity matrix, no? So, dapat, ito, no, yung portion na yan, yung mag-zero. So, in that case, yung R sub 3 and R sub 4, hindi mo na siya gagalawin. Pero this time, ang baseline na natin is yung R sub 3. Kaya here, dapat R2 minus R3 and R1 minus R3, no? So, in that case, since yung ating ano is 28.5, di pwede natin tong i-simplify as ano, no? 23/3/28.5. Ito naman sa kabila is 4/28.5, no? Again, no, that's the one that needed to be 0. Pero kung gusto mo, i-simplify mo yung 4/28.5. Pag pag fraction ko to class, ang sagot dyan ay, katulad kanina, 8/57. Tas ito naman, 23/3 divided by 28.5. So, pag fraction natin, that is 46/171. Ayun, no? So, 46/171. So, here, computein na natin yan. But again, hindi naman na magbabago, no? Yung first, yung third and fourth row, no? So, here, i-copy ko na lang siya. Tapos ito rin, no? I-copy ko na lang 'to. Ang posible na lang naman magbago is the first two rows, no? So here, using the formula R sub 2 minus R sub 3 nga. So that is 0 minus 0 tapos 46/171. Ito naman, -2 minus 0, 46/171. Then ito naman, 23/3 minus 28.5. Then 46/171. Then finally, ito naman, 0 minus 0 tapos 46/171, no? So that is now the computed, no? Iusog ko lang to, no? Ayan, no? Then syempre, dito naman sa kabila, R sub 2 minus R sub 3. So 6 minus 0, 46/171 siya. So, yun yung mga values natin. And syempre, dito naman sa part, that is -3 minus 0, then 46/17. Sorry. Yung multiplier natin dito is 8/57. Then ito naman, 0 - 0, 8/57. Then dito, 4 minus 28.5, then 8/57. Then another 0 - 0, 8/57. And finally, -6 - 0, tapos 8/57. So, yun siya, no? Isi-simplify lang natin to. So, halimbawa ito, -3 - 0 times 8/57. That is still -3. Ito naman, 0 - 0. So, nagkataon na 0 na siyang dati. Tapos ito naman, 4 minus 28.5 times 8/57. So, pag kinumpute mo yan, I believe that's 0. And ito naman, still, 0 minus 0 is 0. Dito naman, -6 - 0, that is -6. Tapos dito naman, that's 0 minus 0 ulit. So here, magiging 0 siya. -2 minus 0, that is -2 of course. -2. Ito naman, 23/3 minus 28.5. So, ang sagot dyan, 0 din ulit. As expected, it must be 0. Then, finally, ito naman, 0 minus 0 is 0. Galawin ko lang to, no, para kalinya. Ayan, no. Ayan, no. Ginagalaw ko lang siya para maging mga kalinya. And ito naman, 6 minus 0 is 6, no. So, this is now the complete one, no. And dito, class, supposed to be itong last part na to, dapat ma-convert pa natin to, no, into 0. Ito, no? Supposed to be. Kaya lang, coincidentally, from the very beginning, dati na siyang 0. So, in that case, okay na-convert na natin to into a scalar matrix, no? Kasi nga, pag sinabi nating scalar matrix, yung main diagonal lang, no? Yung may value para at least lahat na lang sila mag-0. And as a final step, i-divide lang natin yung value by itself. So, for example, R1 divided by -3, R2 divided by -2, R3 divided by 28.5, and R4 divided by -19/3, no? So, para ma-finalize na natin yan. So, syempre, yung una, -3 divided by -3 is 1, and the rest of the part of the matrix is 0. Dito naman sa kabila, it's just -6 divided by -3 or 2. Then dito naman 0, -2 divided by -2 is 1, then 6 divided by -2 is -3. Then R3, ito over 28.5, 0, 0. Then ito, 1 ulit, then 0. Tapos, yun na nga, since 0 ito, 0/28.5 is 0. And for the last, 0, 0, 0. -19/3 divided by -19/3 is just 1. Pero yun na nga yung last, yung -95/3 divided by -19/3. So, ang sagot dito is +5. So, ayun na, no? At this point, na-convert na natin yung matrix natin into an identity matrix, no? So, here, this is now our answer. So, since syempre ito ay WXYZ. So, by arrangement, yung value ng W is 2, yung value ng X is -3, yung value ng Y is 0, and yung value ng Z is 5. And pag kinompare natin siya, using the box sum in the last example, yun na nga, yung value ng W is 2, yung value ng X is -3, yung value ng Y is 0, and yung value ng Z is 5. So, dito na natatapos yung ating solution for linear system using the Gauss-Jordan method, no? So, I do hope may natutunan kayong bago, no, for today's video. So, thank you so much.